How's it going, everybody? It's Murphy from the Murphy Street Podcast doing another toy review for you for Black Toys Celebration for Black History Month. Before we get started, as always, we want to remind you to like and subscribe to this channel, Murphy Street Productions on YouTube, and also make sure that you hit the notification bell so that every time that we post a video, especially these toy reviews coming up for the entire month of February, that you can be informed. So without further ado, let's talk about the Black Panther. Obviously, for Black History Month, we were going to bring this up. Black Panther was made famous by the 2018 Marvel Studios production of the show, the self-titled Black Panther. It played by Chadwick Boseman, King T'Challa, or Prince T'Challa, who eventually ascended to the role of King, was a box office hit. By a box office hit, I mean grossing over $1.347 billion. Amazing box office numbers. Now, much of the film's praise comes because of the fact that they did such groundbreaking things, such as almost an entirely all-black lead cast. They also had not just women, but black women in strong and engaging roles throughout the movies. Those are some of the things that made the movie so polarizing and so compelling. Also wanted to make note of the shirt that I'm wearing, inspired by none other than the Black Panther, of course. This one was done by Pancho Balos, who does a bunch of dope designs, but this one was meant to memorialize Chadwick Boseman after his death, so Black Panther inspires all the way around. So let's work backwards in the timeline. In July of 1966, the Black Panther debuted in the Fantastic Four comic number 52. There we saw him with his cape and his original look, a very, very primitive look, 3 years earlier than when Falcon actually debuted. So although Falcon was the first mainstream comic hero, black superhero, T'Challa was actually the first African-American hero to grace the pages of Marvel. So again, another barrier-breaking first for one of our figures here. Now, finally, in 1973, Marvel went ahead and gave T'Challa his own standalone Black Panther comic. And so most recently, the Wakandan King was resurrected in comics by none other than the National Book Award winner and New York Times best-selling author, Ta-Nehisi Coates. Marvel also says that it is set to bring back the Nubian superhero in 2021, bringing it back off of a one-year hiatus, of course, due to COVID. So the question really is, what's next for Black Panther? Well, obviously there was Black Panther 2 talks, and before COVID and of course the unfortunate death of Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther 2 was set to debut in the summer of 2022. Now we are hoping that they can stick to that timeline, but we're not certain. What does that mean for us exactly? We're not entirely sure. But I can tell you this, there is interesting news releasing about who will be appearing in Black Panther 2. We're still uncertain about who will take the mantle as the king or maybe queen of Wakanda, but nonetheless, we'll talk about that more as we do further reviews with different characters from the Black Panther. So, having said that, you guys can always catch the Murphy Street Podcast on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and of course, Spotify. Once again, don't forget to follow us on YouTube. And as always, until we see you next time, don't forget your slippers. Aloha.